Uh-huh. So there's an update with this. I know one update.
This, in case y'all don't know,
they were trying to help
this is the
find a
people
place
in Harvey, Illinois.
Yeah.
Who
the suburb of
Chicago, who contractors came and literally boarded up the place
while the
people were still living in the place. We talking about senior citizens. We talking about kids.
We talking about while you in the kitchen cooking you some coffee, making
all
coffee,
of a sudden
you hear some knocked up hammering and your window is covered.
And your door.
And
you can't get out.
Who does that?
Who does that? And you saw a video of a guy said the only way they got out, he kicked through, and it was a lonely. He couldn't even get all the board off, just a hole where he had to crawl out. Now, can you imagine a senior citizen?
Oh, they can't do that. And they. Oh. Okay.
So this went viral.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
And it went to the council. It went to the police department. Everybody, city, everybody getting sued for this. Mm-hmm. So here's an update. Since the video went viral of Harvey apartments boarded up with people inside,
tenants
still struggle to move.
Yeah.
A handful of residents remain at the apartment complex that was at the center of a recent controversy when the city and the owners attempted to shut down the building while the people remained in the unit. Moving boxes filled with coffee mugs, kitchen gadgets, and office supplies. They crack me up how they paint stories. These are writers. Mm-hmm. Who is this? So I know. Chicago Sun-Times. Avaya Malajan
is the writer.
It filled her apartment, Mary Brooks, while she's trying to get out. But she had nowhere to go. Aww. It said Brooks 66. Now, 66, unless we're old, when we start hearing people 60 something, that's not old to me. So that means we old.
Yeah. I guess a 30-year-old, a 20-year-old,
that's old.
A 15-year-old would think we're old.
We're old.
Because remember, our moms and dads were that age, they were old.
So when you say a senior citizen, I guess she's over 65. But old to me,
now that I'm near that age,
you don't think it's old.
Is 80.
I think my mother's a senior.
85, 90.
I call my mom old.
She's 80.
80s is old.
So I guess as you get to that, closer to that age, it don't seem old anymore.
Isn't that weird? No, Mama, do you feel old?
Yeah.
See? 80, you old.
Well, I'm saying for her, but for me.
But what age do you get where you say I'm old?
Oh,
you gotta you gotta bite the bullet.
Yeah.
How old were you, Mom, when you finally said I'm old?
The age I am now.
Not 78?
No.
Mm-mm. She was in her 70s and still didn't feel
so
old.
80 is when you said that's it.
Mm-hmm.
See? So 80 is it. Yeah. That's it. You have to say, when some people are 80, Mom, still don't say they old.
Yeah. Okay.
About a week after the deadline, a crew started boarding up units while tenants were still living there. Brooks said she was able to stop her apartment from being boarded up. One widely shared video posted on social media showed a boarded up unit as a man's voice could be heard inside of it.
No. I'm in here. Stop. What y'all doing? I'm in here. I live here.
You sound like Daddy. That sounds like something Daddy would say.
Really?
What the hell y'all doing out there?
Daddy gotta say that.
Daddy a cuss.
God, whatever.
Well, he gone now.
Oh, my dad.
No, the hell you ain't boarding up my house.
Put that hammer down. Who is up? Oh, my dad. Oh, my God. Yes, you're so right.
You gonna be buying me a house in about a month if you put one nail.
Put that hammer down. Call the cops. Yeah. Yeah.
More than a week after the videos led to questions about the manner in which the city and the property owners tried to evacuate the buildings, a handful of tenants who remained are struggling to find ways to leave. Now, this lady, who's Mary Brooks, I read the article early. You know, when you move, you have to have moving fees. There's moving costs. Mm-hmm. She don't have no money. You have to have a deposit on the new place you're going to. She don't have no money.
I thought somebody was going to be helping them to relocate. That was the last thing they said on the news. It was somebody that was helping these seniors or people to relocate quickly.
It says here the evacuation comes about 6 weeks after she was laid off from her job at the meat factory. She found a new apartment, but she doesn't have the $1,000 needed to cover the security deposit. She plans on viewing another apartment soon. I can't eat because I'm depressed, because I'm trying to get out of this place, she said. It's kind of hard when you are by yourself and you don't have people to help you.
Oh.
I don't have no family out here. This is another lady, Taylor. Last name Taylor.
That's sad.
Now, she did receive a housing voucher. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
From the Housing Authority of Cook County.
Mm-hmm.
But she has little saved to cover moving expenses.
Oh, so.
She recently sought refuge at a neighbor's home after her unit temporarily lost water and heat.
Mm-hmm.
For privacy reasons, the Housing Authority couldn't confirm how many of the remaining residents are voucher holders.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the tenants do have vouchers, and that the agency is providing additional rental assistance. So why can't she get out of there then?
Why can't somebody just really, a church or something, just put the money in place for them to just move easily? Have a truck come and pick their stuff up, help pack for them if they're seniors or if they have health issues. That's what community is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Gosh. Is there a church nearby that can help them?
It says the building changed ownership from the Halstead Development Group, LLC, to the Nevada-based Ascend Property Group, LLC, in February of 2023. So they're not even here. They're in Nevada. According to the records from Cook County Clerk's Office. That's why. A lot of these people own these properties, and they don't even live in the state that they own the properties in.
There was an episode, and I know this is TV, but I'm wondering if they maybe got the episode written on Golden Girls from some real life story. Because a lot of times TV writers can sometimes pick up something that really happened, right? And write a TV show about it. Well, what's her name? The one with the Maud that was played Maud before.
I know you're talking
Dorothy.
about.
Dorothy's character and Stan, her ex-husband.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Dorothy didn't know that they owned property.
Mm-hmm.
They owned an apartment building, and they were considered slumlords. And she didn't know. And he said, we owe money. They're saying on the news that, and I think his uncle or her uncle was, I think an uncle was visiting. It was probably her mom's brother. And they was going to let him stay there while he was visiting. And that's where it kind of like shed the light on how bad that place was. Well, she got in trouble. She was mad. Stan, why didn't you tell me about this property? I'm not a slumlord.
Exactly.
But because they own the property together in name, she had to go to court with him.
She got to be part of it.
Well, the judge said, well, just for being slumlords, I'm going to make the judgment on you and your ex-husband. You have to stay in there for a few days, a week or something.
Yeah.
They had to stay in that nasty building themselves.
So that taught them now.
That taught them. And they learned. Oh, my God. They were so sorry. And they fixed it up and did what they needed to do. But she got away from owning it and let Stan kind of deal with it.
Okay.
But maybe I wish there was a way to get slumlords, even when you live out of the state.
Everybody wants. That's what I'm saying. Nobody likes slumlords. To me, it's the alderman's fault.
Take care of your property.
Yeah.
My God.
It says officials said Harvey police were at the property the day of the board up started, but they did not enter the units, according to a statement. The boarding up was done by hired contractors, according to the city. It's unclear if other city agencies were on hand during the attempted evacuation of the building. Local governments do have police powers and can issue an emergency vacate order if a building is deemed dangerous. Okay?
Yeah.
When a similar order is issued in Chicago, city usually sends a support service to help place residents in shelters.
Wow.
So she's saying, I think we need more information. It's a lot of unclear stuff going on with this thing.
Yeah,
somebody dropped the ball, I think, on a lot of areas, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah. But then you really, regardless of what's going on, you really are praying for the safety of those people, because if they're shutting water off, and then we had some really cold days here, if the heat is off, now these people are in danger,
Yep.
you know, of not being safe there.
It says, if you want people out, Brooke said, that's the lady, give them ample time and give them money to move.
Yep. Or any changes to your property. If you're going to be, that happened to a friend of ours. She was in a building that was owned by a gentleman, and he didn't communicate to her that he lost the building. So she was paying her rent.
And it was going to nobody.
Going to somewhere.
Him.
But she didn't.
And he wasn't paying his mortgage.
So we've got people we know that have gone through similar to this.
Yep.
No communication from the owner.
And she had to leave.
And she had to hurry up and get out of there.
So we'll still keep following this story. It's only a handful of them left.
Wow.
But somebody dropped the ball on this.
Yeah.
I think what caught the national attention of this was the boarding up of people.
Why they were still there.
Why they were still there.
Why they were still there.
And it was probably people who went to the washroom or something. That they wasn't able to go, hey! Probably in the washroom. Or some people was at work and came back, couldn't get in.
Couldn't get into their house. Oh, Lord.
All right.